Hello everybody and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Kelsey Derringer and I am the Professional Development Coordinator for BirdBrain Technologies. Right there. That means that I get to work with teachers and now even students all around the world, helping them learn how to code, how to build, and how to teach with creative robotics. But it's not just me here today. As always, we have our director and producer, Matt the Robot. Hey Matt.
Hey Kelsey, how's it going today?
It's going great. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. I'm going to be monitoring the Facebook feed to answer any questions that folks have out in the Facebook land.
That's right. We are live on Facebook. So if you're watching right now, Tuesday at 2-ish o'clock Eastern on June 30th, you're watching live. So if you want to participate in our class, you can leave a comment, say, hey, I'm so-and-so and I'm watching, or wow, great job, Sophie, or whoever you want to give a shout out to. You can say that and we can bring it live into our class. But it's not just me and it's not just Matt here. We actually have a whole classroom full of students here, students and teachers ready to program our project today. Do you all want to wave hello? Everybody wave hello. Hello, Facebook. Wonderful. Awesome. So these folks are here today to help us program this awesome little project that we've got over here. And I have a very special other person that I want to point out who's joined us today. Scott Dietz works with Catalyst Connection. Scott, do you want to introduce yourself just briefly and talk about what Catalyst Connection is?
Sure. My name is Scott Dietz with Catalyst Connection. We're a nonprofit. We work with manufacturing companies. So I get to do fun stuff like Kelsey's doing here today and partner up with great folks like BirdBrain Technologies to provide students with opportunities to explore careers in science, technology, engineering, and math, otherwise known as STEM careers. And one of those areas that we focus on is in manufacturing and making stuff. And everything that you touch on a daily basis, everything you interact with, somebody had to make. Somebody had to design, and somebody had to make it. And so there's a lot of great career options in making stuff. There's a lot of different applications of science, technology, engineering, and math when it comes to making stuff. So we're really excited today for this partnership with BirdBrain, and really excited for all of you to get a chance to see some of these emerging technologies, because one of the things in manufacturing is it's very, very highly technical. There's a lot of really cool technology you can interact and play with and utilize to do your jobs. And those skill sets are changing, and those high demand technology skills are changing. So you're going to get a little taste of that today with some of the stuff you're going to do through BirdBrain. So excited to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, that's something that I've really enjoyed talking with you about, Scott, since I've known you for the past year or so. I guess it's been maybe a little over a year, is that like manufacturing is not your grandpa's assembly line job anymore, which I say from personal experience. My grandpa used to work on an assembly line in a tire factory, and manufacturing is so different from that. So we were talking about the concept of the Internet of Things when I did some professional development with Catalyst Connections last August. And this project, the Smart Home, came out of that. So let's take a look at this project, and I'll let you folks who are here on Zoom today know what you're going to be doing. So this is our little smart home here. And our little smart home, we've got this little robot person. See them there? They're sitting up in bed. And they've got this whole little robot house. They've got a bedroom up here. They've got a bathroom over here. They've got a kitchen over here, right? Yeah. And so when I hit the A button on my Hummingbird, so I'm going to go to my top down really quick and show you what I mean. Here's my Hummingbird, and I'm going to zoom way in on it. When I hit this button right here, there's an A button and a B button. When I hit the A button, that's going to make my robot house come alive. And it's going to do things in a certain order. So ready, here I go. I'm going to hit the A button. Let's check out this little guy's morning routine. And I bet we're going to find some things he's missing or doing out of order. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, hold on. We'll go back to there. Okay, so we reset everything. Okay, the coffee pot came on, and then he sat up, and then the medicine cabinet opened, the shower came on, and the fridge opened? Hold on, let's see that again. I feel like everything's out of order here. Let's try this again. Okay, it's daytime, the coffee pot, and then he sits up. What? The medicine cabinet, the shower, and the fridge. Oh no. This all seems super out of order, right? I'll show it to you one more time so you can see this routine. We'll reset everything. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Sun, coffee pot. Then he wakes up. Medicine cabinet. shower, fridge. This is a very inefficient morning routine, friends. This is no good. This little cardboard friend desperately needs our help. Okay, so let me, on Microbit Classroom, and if you're on Zoom, you've joined Microbit Classroom. If you're watching live on Facebook, we don't share the Microbit Classroom information with the people on Facebook just because we have so many people watching. We want to keep it limited to just the folks we can participate with here on Zoom. So if you are with us here on Zoom, we put the Microbit Classroom information in the chat. So if you haven't joined yet, make sure you go to microbit.org/join and then put in that information. And let's see who's joined so far. Wow, look at this class. We've got 18 students in our class so far who have joined. Awesome. Great job, everybody. If you see your name on here, you did it. Because now we're going to take a look at the code that is running this little robot here, or this smart home over here. So here is the code that's currently running this robot. So when I press the A button, it's doing all of these things in a sequence. And this sequence is a little hinky. Not a great sequence. I think probably the first thing to do would be like, get out of bed, right? And you guys are going to have to figure out how to fix this sequence that is initiated when we press the A button. And when we press the B button, that sets it all back. So don't mess with that part of it when we share this code with you. Don't mess with where the B button is pressed. Just do when the A button is pressed. I want you to mess with that. And we are going to share that code with you right now. And over here, we've got labeled in our house what different motors and lights happen in different rooms. So we just want you to play. There's not a right answer here. There's probably a better answer than whatever his morning routine is right now. But we want you to just play and try out some different combinations and different orders of things. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to share the code now. Cool. And let's go to gallery view really quick. Everybody give me a thumbs up if it says your teacher just shared some code with you. Hey, nice. Great. So now you guys get to mess with that code. Remember, you're going to be just messing with the part of the code that is showing when the A button is pressed. So don't mess with that B button because that resets it all back down to normal. And you're going to be messing with the order. So to switch the order of things, you could like drag this out, put this one up here, put this one down here, you know, however you want to do that. You'll probably want to make sure everything is separated by some pause blocks, like so, right? So we put 2,000 milliseconds in between each step of this morning routine, which means 2 seconds. 1,000 milliseconds is a second. So you can change that if you want. Some things might take longer. Maybe the shower takes a little bit of time. I don't know. How long of a shower do you take? Should the shower, this tri-LED here, so the shower, I'll kind of go through what all the motors do. So servo motor 1 is the sunshine back here, the sun coming in. LED 1 is the little lamp. And if I cover up some of this light, you can kind of see that lamp is shining because it's nighttime. Servo motor 2 is a little guy in his bed. Down here in the bathroom, servo 3 is the medicine cabinet back there in the back. Tri-LED 1 is the shower. You guys see the feet poking out the bottom of the shower? That makes me giggle. And then over here is the kitchen. So in the kitchen, we've got servo 4, which is the fridge door, and LED 2, which is the coffee pot in the back there. I will say that I don't drink coffee, and I wasn't entirely sure what coffee pots look like. So, you know, hopefully it's okay. So we want you guys to make a different sequence for this house. Let me check in with everybody on Zoom, and I'm going to leave this up here, go to gallery view. Yeah, what questions do you guys have?
What's servo 2 again?
Oh, can you see my screen here? Servo 2 is the guy in the bed. Servo 1 is the sun. I'll show you. So the first thing, servo 1 is the sun back here, and servo 2 is him sitting up in his bed. So there we go. I'm going to reset it all back to, I'm going to hit B. So there's servo 1, coffee pot, servo 2, medicine cabinet, shower, fridge. What a silly morning routine this is. How are you guys doing in the programming? Is anybody really lost? Is anybody like, I don't understand what I'm trying to do right now?
I have a question.
Sure, who's that?
So for the little lamp next to the bed, when that's on, is that 0 or 100?
Good question. We'll come spotlight me again real big so everybody can see. So Madhav was asking about the lamp in the back here. So I'll reset it to B. So I'll hit B. So now it's nighttime. So you can see that the lamp, it's maybe a little hard to see, but you can see that the lamp is on at nighttime. And then when I hit the A button, when the sun comes in, that lamp goes off.
Okay.
So 100% is on all the way, 0% is off all the way. And the coffee pot, when that turns on, that goes to 100%. Right? The servos, the motors, they go from 0 degrees all the way to 180 degrees, like a windshield wiper. And some of them this is closed, some of them that's opened, etc. So your servo motor has a range of 0 to 180 degrees. You could make this guy go all the way to, this was 0, this is 90 degrees. I wonder what 180 degrees would look like for him. But it would be silly, but you can try it. It's your code. We specifically made this robot so that you could not break it with code. You could make it silly with code, but you can't break it. So let's go back to gallery view. Does anybody have a question? That was a great question, Madhav. You can raise your hand by sticking your hand in front of your camera and wiggling it back and forth, or you can unmute yourself and ask as well. All right. If at any point you do your code and you're like, you know what, I like it, let's try it out. When you're ready, you can raise your hand, wiggle your hand in front of your screen, and let me know that you want us to try your code, because we can download your code onto our robot. Gillian, did you raise your hand? Do you want to try your code on the robot? Or do you have a question? You can unmute.
No.
Yes, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
You're good? Okay, all right. How about you, Nihal? Do you have some code you want us to try?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So can you spotlight me again, Matt? All right. And Nihal, talk us through while we download this, what's the order going to be? I'll set it all back to 0. What's going to happen? What do you think?
So the sun's gonna come up,
Okay.
and then I think the lamp's gonna turn off.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the hummingbird, the guy is gonna get out of bed,
Okay.
and then the coffee pot, he's gonna get coffee
Okay.
from the coffee pot,
Great. So the little LED back here, LED 2. Then what?
and then the servo 3, I think that's the
Medicine pen.
oh yeah, the
medicine
medicine
cabinet?
cabinet.
Okay.
And then the fridge.
And then the fridge.
Uh-huh.
Right. So then servo 4. And then do you turn on the tri LED 2 to make the?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think we just downloaded it, right, Matt?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so I'm going to run your code. This is Nihal, right? Yes, I'm going to run your code, Nihal, and then we're going to look at it, and we're going to see it side by side. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, son. Good morning. There's the coffee pot. Hey, there's the medicine cabinet. Fridge. Shower. Nice. This is I love this morning routine, Nihal. Let's look at it side by side now. Okay? So here is Nihal's code, and I'll zoom in on it a little bit so that we can see it. So see how they put the order in here? So they've got their servo 1, LED 1, then they've got servo 2, which you can tell servo 2 is the one that controls the little guy in the bed, right? Nihal, this is an awesome code. Let's see it one more time, and then I want to know who else has some code to share. So we're going to watch Nihal's one more time. I'm going to reset everything. There we go. Here you go, Nihal. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Wakey, wakey. Get some coffee. Brush your teeth. Get some eggs. Get a shower. That looks great. This is awesome. Way to go, Nihal. Let's go to gallery view really quick. Can we show Nihal some love? Can we give him a round of applause, everybody? Very nice, Nihal. Very cool. And keep messing with that code if you want. Sophie, looks like you've got some code you want us to try, yeah?
Mhm.
Great. Let's do it. So while we are sharing your code with us, Sophie, what order do you think it's going to go in?
Mine goes the sun, then the person comes out of bed, and then the lamp goes on. Then he goes to the medicine cabinet, and then the shower turns on, and then the fridge, then the coffee.
All right. Do you drink coffee, Sophie?
No.
No? All right. Me neither. I'm a tea woman. What's your morning beverage of choice, Sophie?
I'm not like a really morning person, so I don't like drink a lot at breakfast or eat a lot. So,
I'm not a breakfast
but it
eater.
would be water.
Maybe water. That's probably healthy. I approve. I'm not a nutritionist, but I think it sounds good. Okay. So, Matt, you let us know when we've got Sophie's code on here.
It is all downloaded.
Oh, all right, Sophie. I'm going to reset it. Let's see. Let me check out this code here real quick. Oops. Sorry. Go ahead. I wanted to reset it all back to the beginning. Oh, I think it is. Is it? Yes. Okay, here we go, Sophie. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Sits up. There's the medicine cabinet, the shower. Ooh, I like you put some green in there. That's pretty. And then the coffee pot. That looks great. Ooh, I want to see what you did to the tri-LED there, Soph, because I love how that looks. Ooh, look at, can you guys see what the light is doing? Describe that for me, Sophie, and then we'll look at the code. We'll see how you did it. Describe what your tri-LED is doing.
The tri-LED, there's like more blue on one side, and there's more green on the other side. In the middle, it's like mixed a little more,
Yeah,
blinking a little.
that is cool. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the code for it. Okay, so here is Sophie's code. So you can see, oh cool, you messed with some of the angles too. That's awesome. You made him sit up a little bit more. That's awesome. Or sit up a little bit less, I suppose. Nice. And see what she did in the Hummingbird tri-LED here? She put some green and some blue. She put 50-50 in both of those. You could put them both up to 100 too. That's cool. Ooh, she messed with some of the pause timing here. This is awesome. Nice job. Let's go to gallery view. Let's show Sophie some love, everybody. Nice job. Good morning routine. Love it. Who else has some code they want to put on it here? Let's see. How about that person? Who's that, Matt?
That is Milo. And
Milo.
Madhav, we do see that your hand is up.
Yep. We'll go to Milo and then we'll go to Madhav. We'll do a couple more. All right, Milo. We're going to download your code onto our house here, and we'll use speaker view me so that we can see it big. And Milo, describe what's going to happen.
So there are just those days where all you want to do is sleep in.
I feel you.
And this is it personified, I think.
I love it. It's a sleep-in day. Got it. What's going to happen?
Quarantine routine.
Okay. It's a quarantine routine. Quarantine routine. Yeah. What's it going to do?
He's going to get up, and he's going to go back to sleep.
Oh.
Wait. That's odd.
What's odd?
The coffee was on.
Oh. Is the coffee pot still on? I think it turned off now. There we go. All right. Are we downloaded, Matt?
We are still down.
We're downloading now. All right. So he's going to get up and go back to sleep. Sometimes when we're downloading, random things will come on. That'll happen sometimes just while you're downloading. Okay. So we're going to hit B and turn everything off. Okay, here we go, Milo. Here's your code. 3, 2, 1. Son, good morning. He's going to be up for a little bit, but he's not quite getting out of bed. He's going to wait there for a while. Think about his life, think about his choices. And then does he go back down? I see there's in your code. I see there's a lot of pause blocks. Let me show everybody. This is what's happening right now. We're waiting. There we go. Good night. Milo, that's so funny. let me zoom out a little bit so you can almost see like the whole thing. So this is Milo. This like makes me a little sad, but I get it. So I'm going to show everybody again. Okay, we're going to hit B. Now we're going to hit A. So the sun comes up and Milo sits up. But see all those blue blocks, one right after another? Those are called pause blocks. This is Milo just waiting out the day. Rough. It's a rough day. There's a lot of waiting. I feel you though. Does this feel like your day today, Milo, or yesterday, or days you recognize?
Basically, yes. I do realize something I could have done to make the code more compact.
What's that? What could you have done? How could you have made that code?
Use a loop.
You could use a loop. You could use a loop, totally. Yeah, or you could even just on the pause blocks, instead of having like a bunch of pause blocks right in a row, you could also just have like added them up, so that's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, blah, blah, blah. You could just type that number into one pause block as well. Either way. But yeah,
So-
I think it's also really funny.
Yeah, actually, that could be a good exercise for us here. How many pause blocks do you count there, Milo? Can you count them out for us, please?
1, 2, 3. How many pause blocks do you count, Milo? In the middle there.
$13.
13? All right, what's 13 times 2?
13 is 26.
Yep. So in this code here, we could have just one pause block in here and say 26, 1, 2, 3, 26,000. That's 26 seconds. So this code would be the same. It would wait for that amount of time because you put that amount of time in the one pause block. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. So now I think Madhav was the next person who wanted to share their code.
Yep, Madhav, and then Arthur had some code as well.
All right. We're going to do Madhav's, and then we'll do Arthur's. I love seeing everybody's morning routines here, and I love you kind of knowing what's going to happen. But then there's something else on our robot that we have on the outside of the house, and this is what's going to make it a smart home. So while we're downloading Madhav's code, and can you speaker view us, Matt, so people can see it real big? There we go. I'm going to zoom in. Can you guys tell what's on the outside of the house out here? If you know what that is, just unmute yourself and tell us what's hanging out on the roof. What is that?
Wires.
Solar panel.
Wires, yes. What do you think?
The three-color LED.
Could be a tricolor light. It's not, though. It kind of looks like one, but it's not.
It's a LED.
This one's actually a sensor.
Nossa,
Is
não
it
dá
a
pra
light
ver.
sensor?
Yeah, it is. It's a light sensor. Whoever said that, you got it. So this is a light sensor. So in order to make this whole project a smart home, we are going to get your sequence and put that inside of some light sensor code. So that when the sun comes up, it'll sense it, and it will, the light sensor is going to initiate your code. So we're going to do Madhav's code, and then when we do Arthur's, we're going to hook Arthur's up to that light sensor and make it a true smart home so that it's responding to the environment.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Madhav.
All right, Madhav, here's your code. We'll start it out. Okay, so this is when B is hit. Here's A. Talk us through, give us a prediction. What order is it going to go in, and then we'll see it.
He gets up weirdly, and then the light turns off. And then he goes to the medicine cabinet, and it opens. And then the shower's broken, so he just gets out. And then he opens the fridge and gets coffee.
Okay, let's check it out. 3, 2, 1. Sun. There's the shower. Oh, but Nice. That's great. Did that all work like you thought it would, Madhav?
I thought the person would get up on the other side of the 90 degrees.
Let's see it. So I'll put it back. So can we go? We're working on downloading Arthur's code here. What number did you put in for this servo 2? What number is that?
135.
135. So being down was 180. So that meant that it only went this far. Did you think it would go all the way over here?
I thought down was 0.
Yeah. Yeah, and that really just depends on how you make the project. I'm going to tilt it forward a little bit so that you can kind of see how the motor is back there. So it just depends which way we had glued the motor on. If we had glued the motor over there, then down would be 0, and smashing his head on the ground would be 180. But as it is, just because of how we glued it, this way is 180, and this way over here would be 0.
And I'll go ahead and download that real quick, just so that we could see it, because I'm sure now that you brought it up, everyone wants to see our little character fly out of bed.
Yeah, this is going to look very silly. I think this is going to... So what number did you change it to, Matt?
I changed it to 20.
Okay. All right, so now when he sits up in Madhav's code, we changed it to 20 degrees instead of 135. Good morning, faceplant. I'm bummed that his shower's broken, though. That's a rough day when you start out and your shower's broken. Rough day, Madhav. Well, let's go to count review real quick. Let's give him a round of applause. Nice job, man. Woo! I heard somebody. Did somebody have a comment for Madhav or for the class?
Do you want to say something? No, it's okay.
Okay. Well, Arthur, we're going to download your code next. And what we're going to do, Arthur, with your code, your sequence that you made, we're going to put your sequence in an if-else statement. So if we come back to speaker view on mine, on my screen here, there we go, so everybody can see. So this light sensor here, it senses how much light is in the room. And because I am surrounded by a bunch of like very bright theater lights and things, the light is pretty bright in here. But we've positioned it so that, especially if I stand right here and my shadow goes over the side of the house, it's going to be dark, so it's going to be night until I bring out the sun, which is going to be my cell phone light. That's going to be the sun. So the sun is going to come over here and the sun is going to rise, and when the sun shines at this light sensor, then that's going to start all of your code, Arthur. So we're going to take a look at how it works, and then we'll take a look at the code itself. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up, everybody, if you are ready to see what this looks like. Okay. So Matt, let me know when you... Oh, we're downloading it right now. Great. And I'll go over here. And so you guys can't see it from this angle, but the light sensor is right here. So I'll have the sun come in from this side. How's that? Okay, so you can see the sun. It's just...
You may want to reset the...
Oh, I'll reset it to... Should I hit B?
Hit B to reset everything.
Okay. So here's B. So here's the nighttime, and here's the sun coming up. Do tweet, 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 little birds, tweet, 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 tweet. All right. Here is your sequence, Arthur.
Now, did you see it? It happened pretty quick.
All right, let me reset it to B here. Okay, here's your sequence, Arthur. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Ooh. Went by really quick. So what order did that go in, Arthur? Will you talk us through what is going to happen? Because it goes real quick in your code. Unmute yourself. Tell us what happens first.
Arthur, what happens first? What's the first? The first is the kitchen.
Kitchen.
First is the
here.
kitchen. Mm-hmm. Yes. First is the fridge, after the coffee, after the medicine cabinet, and after the shower. But she get off all the poles. I think is the problem. That's so fast.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look. Let's see what Arthur's code looks like. We'll go over here so we can see it. So here is the code that Arthur built. And you can see something that Arthur changed in the code, which is really cool, is that Arthur took out all the pause blocks. I'll put it back in there so we can see the colors in there. So when you take out the pause blocks in a sequence, the computer and the Hummingbird read that sequence so fast, it's like they're all happening at the same time, which is basically what's happening here in our smart home. So when I reset it, there we go, when I shine the light at it, all those things basically happen at the same time because there's no waiting in between them, which, you know, if you've got a smart home, you may want the coffee pot and the shower and the medicine cabinet and the refrigerator to all open at the same time. You don't have to do them one at a time because you can program your house to do whatever you want, which is pretty cool. Let's go to gallery view. Can we give Arthur a round of applause? Very nice, very nice. Who else has some code that they want us to try? And we'll put it in the light sensor here. Raise your hand if you've got some code that you want us to try and download on our robot. Okay. I think we have another screen we can check too, just to see if anybody else is raising their hand. Anybody got some code they want us to try putting on? Do you have some, Alicia? Awesome. Great. We'll try Alicia's code. All right. And if you'll go back to speaker view. So, Alicia, what will happen? I'll reset it back to 0 here. What order is it going to go in when the sun comes up? What's going to happen, Alicia?
My sun comes up and my coffee pot is going to start working on my coffee before I wake up. And then as I wake up, then I will go to brush my teeth, and then I'll shower, and it will start with cold water and then turn warm, and then I'll go get my breakfast.
Ooh, fancy.
Supposedly. That's what I hope it's going to do.
I love that there's a plan in place. This is great. And let's find out. So, Matt, were you able to find Alicia's code?
I was able to find Alicia's code, and I shared it, but I want to apologize to Skylar right now. I shared it, I had gotten a request to share the code with Gillian, but Skylar, when I shared that code with you, it may have overwritten whatever you were working on. And I do apologize for that. That was completely my fault.
So sorry about that, Skylar. That's happened once before, that when we share the code, we try to just share it with us or just with the student who needs it. But when we share code with a student on Microbit Classroom, it overwrites whatever you were working on. So I'm so sorry if you were in the middle of something. That happens sometimes, but darn it. You okay? All right. So we are working on putting Alicia's code in an if-else statement and downloading it. And so when we have that, then the sunrise will work here. So who here has anybody worked with sensors before? Actually, let me ask a different question, a smart home question. Does anybody have any smart devices in their home, like a heater or an air conditioner or something that you can turn on or off with your phone? If you do, would you unmute yourself and tell us about it? Does anyone have any smart devices in their home?
Thermostat.
A thermostat. What's smart about your thermostat?
You can do it by our phone.
Ah, you can control it with your phone. So even when you're not home, you can control the temperature.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's great. Have you used that? Have you turned the heat way down when you're not home, or turned the air conditioning up when you're about to go home, stuff like that?
My mom has.
That's awesome. That's cool.
And I've done it from the Google.
You've done it from the internet before? That's awesome.
Google Home.
Google Home. All right. Looks like we are downloaded now, Alicia, so I'm going to hit B to reset everything. All right, and here comes the sun. I think there's a song about that. And it's going to initiate your morning routine. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There's the sun. What happens next? Sit up. There we go. Medicine cabinet, shower. Ooh, and it got warm. I like that it changed to red. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see that one more time. So we'll set it to B. And I'm wondering if all of this worked just like you think it will too, Alicia. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sun. And I think the coffee pot came on. Oh, no, it didn't. But there's the medicine cabinet. The shower got warm. And then the fridge. There we go. Ah, it looks like the lamp is LED 1. When you turned on an LED, did you turn on LED 1 or LED 2 in your code?
I might have turned on the wrong LED because I'm not seeing the coffee pot turn on, and I thought I got rid of LED 1 because I really don't turn on a different light.
I see it here. Do you see it in here? So there's LED 1. That's the one that turns on to 100%. Do you want me to change that to 2?
Yes, because I can't go the morning without my coffee.
Can't do it. Can't do it. You shouldn't be expected to. You're like, this morning routine does not work for me. All right. So we're going to download it again. Looks like we just did. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to reset everything back to nothing. And here's the sun coming up. 3, 2, 1. Sun. Hey, there's your coffee pot. Wonderful. Love it. Love the warm shower. Nice. Nice job. Let's go to gallery view. Let's give Alicia a round of applause. Very nice, Alicia. Very nice. Very nice. We have time for about one more person if anybody's got some other code that they want to try on our smart home here. Does anybody else have some code that they want to try and put on here? Love to see another one if you'd like. Oh, Gillian does. Wonderful.
And Cameron would like to as well. If we can't do both of them during the live broadcast, we can certainly do one afterwards.
We'll start with Gillian's and then we'll try Cameron's. Awesome. Gillian, I'm going to go here. I'm going to reset everything back down to nothing. And will you go to speaker view so we can see it big? Gillian, can you unmute? Tell us what order do you think everything's going to happen in when the sun comes up?
So first he gets up.
First the sun comes up. The sun comes up.
Yeah, the sun comes up and then he gets up.
Okay.
And then he goes to the kitchen and gets coffee.
Okay.
And then he opens the fridge and gets breakfast.
Great.
And then he goes to the shower.
Okay.
And the water comes on.
And then the water comes on.
Very nice. All right. Let's see if that worked. I think we're fixing the code to put it in the whatchamacallit, the if-else statement, so that the sun will initiate all of those things. My light on my phone here. Do you have, Gillian, do you have anything in your home that works with a light sensor that like responds to the light or the dark? Do you have anything like that in your house or outside your house?
Sorry.
Do you have any night lights in your house?
Yeah.
Looks like Alicia.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do have some night lights? And I think we just downloaded. Is that right, Matt? Okay, great. So let's try out Gillian's code here. And then Lacia, after it's done, I want to hear what you have in your house that has a light sensor. Okay, here we go. I'm going to reset it to nothing. Here comes the sun, Gillian. 3, 2, 1. There's the sun. Good morning. He wakes up. Got our fridge door. Got our shower and our medicine cabinet. Very nice. And it looks like the lamp turned on back here. When you wanted to turn on the coffee pot, did you use LED 1 or LED 2 for the coffee pot?
We use LED 1.
Ah, so LED 1 is actually that lamp back there. Should we check it out in your code? Let me see it really quick. I'm going to go over here to check out some code. Oops. Yeah, there we go. And so I'm going to take a look at your code here. I'm just going to zoom in on it. There we go. And we can see that, oh, you have LED 2 at 0%. But if you wanted it to be on, what would you have to set LED 2 on?
100%.
Exactly. Let me do that really quick. Let me set it to 100%. 100. There we go. And then we'll re-download. There we go. And we'll try it again. And now hopefully, fingers crossed, your coffee pot will come on because, you know, do you drink coffee, Gillian?
No, but my brother does.
But your mother does. All right. Well,
and my brother.
Oh, your brother. How old's your brother?
10.
Start him early, right? All right, here we go. I'm going to make the sun come up. 3, 2, 1. There's the sun. Let's see. Then we go. Oh, there's your coffee pot turning on. Medicine cabinet, your shower. Very nice. Nice
I
job.
put some red into the shower.
I see that. That's really cool. Makes it look a little bit, or what do you think that makes it look like when you put
I
some
think
red?
it makes it look like it's like a medium hot and cold.
Yeah. Is that how you like your shower? Do you like them really, really hot, really cold, somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle.
Good call. So that's a good call. Awesome. Well, let's show Gillian some love, everybody. Let's give her a round of applause. Very nice, very nice. And then let's do one more for Cameron. So Cameron, we're going to share your code with us. And I don't know if you have your video on or not, but either way, that's all right. We're going to download your code. Oh, there you are, Cameron. I see you now. So Cameron, if I go here to our house, and if we go back to speaker view, everybody can see it. Cameron, talk us through what is going to happen in your code.
So first, the lamp at the back's gonna turn on,
Okay.
and then the sun's gonna come out, and the lamp's gonna turn back off,
Okay.
and then the guy's gonna wake up.
Okay.
And he's going to have a shower, and then brush his teeth, and then he's gonna turn on the coffee pot and then get breakfast.
All right. Great. Awesome. So Cameron, is there anything that this character does in their morning routine that you do too? What do you have in common with this character that you do too?
I mean, I sometimes sleep with the nightlight, so I have to turn that on, and then I shower after that. So and I also brush my teeth after the shower. So
This is a good routine you have. All right. We are downloading now. Awesome. I've got my son ready to go. That sounds weird. It's not a child, it's a phone. Kind of like a child. Different thing. Okay, so I'll reset everything back to 0. Okay, here we go, Cameron. Here is the sun initiating your code. 3, 2, 1. I see that light come on. Oh! We'll discover something in a minute here. There we go. There's the shower. Nice. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. So you expected the sun, and I'm going to turn this to the side so you can see it. See where the sun is mounted back here? Whatever number you set it to, and I'll shine this at it so it'll start. See what the sun does? It went up further rather than like shifting down and like showing in the window. So let's see, what number did you change when you set servo 1, which is the sun? What number did you set servo 1 to?
180.
180? Yeah, so 180 makes the sun, which is like back here, 180 makes it go up. So you want to make it go the other way. What's the lowest it can go? What do you think?
0.
Yeah, so I'm going to change that part of your code here. We'll go into blocks, and look at all this code, man. Cool, cool. So servo 1, instead of 180, we'll put 0 in there so that the sun will actually swing down, and we'll actually see it like cover up the moon there. Yeah? Okay, let's try that. We're going to download that. And then we'll make it sunny again. All right. It's downloading. Takes about 5 seconds to download. There we go. All right, Cameron. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. There it is. Sun. Good morning. Medicine cabinet. Shower. Coffee pot. And the fridge. Nice. And when the fridge, that was cool too, when the fridge opened, the guy laid back down. Those things happened at the same time. That was pretty cool. Did that work like you thought it would now, Cameron?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's show Cameron some love, everybody. We'll go to gallery view. Very nice. Very nice. Wonderful. Well, we we had a quick comment or question coming in from the chat. Let me check in with you, Matt. Let me see what's up.
Yeah, we had a few questions. The first one is, can you show us how to save the code in Microbit Classroom in case somebody wants to use this code later?
Okay. That's a little bit of a tricky question, actually, because Microbit Classroom, the way that it's designed to be used synchronously, meaning it's designed to be like done in a classroom with everybody working on it then. And there's a way for the teacher to save the code for later, but there's not really a way for the students to save the code for later. The exception being if you do something, am I right, Matt, in thinking if you do something with JavaScript?
Yeah.
Okay. So the exception being, let me show you here. So here's Kelsey the student. I make myself a student account. So here's what my code looks like in blocks. And if I use this little toggle switch at the top, here's what it looks like in JavaScript, which is pretty cool. And this JavaScript, I will tell you, I don't speak JavaScript. I don't code using JavaScript. But the way that I do use JavaScript is I will go in and I will copy. So I'm going to copy all of this code here. I can hit like Control Copy. And I could email that to myself, or I could even go to the regular make code. Here's make code here. And I was working on a different project. Actually, I don't want to overwrite that. But I could take away all of this JavaScript here and replace it with the JavaScript that I had just done. So actually, let me show you that really quick. I'm just going to go to make code, just the regular make code site for Microbit. I'm going to start a new project. So this is Smart Home. There we go. So I just made a new project. You'd want to make sure that you have Hummingbird blocks in there. So I'm going to, and this is all in our tutorials, everything I'm doing now about how to like add extensions and stuff. But I can go in and I could paste all that JavaScript I just got from the Microbit Classroom one. And look, it's all over here now. It looks more complicated. What I just did looks more complicated than it is, but it's basically copying and pasting text, because you can't copy and paste blocks, but it's copying and pasting text from your Microbit Classroom project into a regular make code project. That's a good question, though, with a little bit of a complicated answer, but it's basically just copying and pasting that JavaScript text. What other questions do we have, Matt?
Well, Eileen had a fantastic note, which was that you could right-click and take a snapshot if you want just to print out those bricks, and then you could recreate them later. But I also wanted to note that this is sort of an idiosyncrasy of Microbit Classroom. If you're using a standard make code to edit, there's much easier ways to save that code.
Yeah, it's really, really easy to share and save in regular make code, and I'll show you that just briefly. So in regular make code, not Microbit Classroom, you just hit this share button up here, you publish it, you get this URL that's unique, and then you could go paste this anywhere else and open it up, and there's your project for you. It's really, really easy to save and share code using the basic make code. As Matt said, that's just an idiosyncrasy of Microbit Classroom. But Eileen had a great point, and I do this all the time too, of just like taking a screenshot, taking a snapshot of the blocks so that you can have that picture for later. What else, Matt? Got time for one more.
We did have a question from Marianne who would like to see how we the students code in Microbit Classroom.
Sure. Marianne, what we do when we're teaching it live here is, so here's what the teacher dashboard looks like. There's the instructions, there's the editor where we could build code right there. Oh, hey, look, that's new. Look what they added to the editor, Matt. This download button didn't used to be there when we were using it 3 weeks ago. Hey, that's awesome. Way to go, Microbit and Make Code team. They're making cool, awesome additions on the fly. So what we've been doing is we will make a student account. So see, this one is called AA Kelsey 1. So if I go back over here and if I look at all of my students' code, Kelsey 1 and Kelsey 2 are there. So if I want to prep other codes to share with students. I just make I sign in, I do the things on the dashboard. I go to microbit.org/join. You can do it all in the same browser. You don't have to use an incognito window or whatever. I just make myself a couple of student accounts basically and log in so that I can do that. But this literally just must have been added within the last couple weeks so that to download students' code, I think this is why we still needed it. Because to download a student's code, I'll like share, so like I'll go to, say, Arthur's code. I will share Arthur's code with not all the other students, with just Kelsey the student. This is why we still need the student. I got excited. So I'm going to take everybody out who's not Kelsey because I don't want to replace everybody else's code. Get rid of all of those. That's why it takes us a couple minutes. That's what Matt's working on in the background. So now I'm sharing Arthur's code with Kelsey the student. Send code, cool. And now Kelsey the student says, hey, your teacher just sent you some code. And here's Arthur's code. And I can download that. So the download button isn't actually the important part. The important part is being able to share a student's code with another student, and we as the teacher log in as another student so that we can share code back and forth. That was a good question. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you for that. I want to go over just a couple of ways that people can interact with BirdBrain and learn a little bit more about us, because it is just about that time. I can't believe it's been an hour, but here we are. I want to let people know that if they are doing anything fun with hummingbirds, they should tag us on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And we love retweeting and sharing the projects that y'all are working on. So if you make something cool, if you teach something great, or if you're looking for inspiration, you can follow us or search this hashtag here. And there are just all kinds of amazing teachers doing really cool projects with BirdBrain stuff. If you are looking for ways to do some great robotics at home, you can go to our site, birdbraintechnologies.com, /robotics at home, because there you'll find all of our upcoming live classes. And a note on that, we do 2 classes every week. This week we are doing, so every week we do one class that's focused on building and coding, and then another class that's focused on how to teach it, that's geared towards teachers. So today was a great session for students and teachers alike to join. Tomorrow we're doing a Teacher Talks version of this lesson. So if you came today, please come back tomorrow, where we are going to be talking about how to teach a smart home project like this. And the original project, and what we're going to talk about tomorrow, is using radio frequency. The original version of this project used that. When we transitioned it to a virtual class, we took out the radio component. But tomorrow, during our teacher talks, Scott Dietz and Catalyst Connections are actually going to raffle off 2 hummingbird kits. So I'm going to cover up the how to do that for today, because you got to tune in tomorrow to win a free hummingbird kit. So Scott, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to giving away some cool stuff to teachers. So yeah. So make sure you find our live classes and sign up for our live classes so that tomorrow you can win a free hummingbird kit. You can find all those there, plus courses and materials to help you learn how to use your hummingbird. And if you have any questions about anything, always feel free to email us. Questions about ordering. Hey, I'm doing a summer camp and I'm not quite sure how I could make that work, teaching virtually, scheduling professional development for you or your teacher team. We would love to help you out with that. info@birdbraintechnologies.com. So from all of us at BirdBrain, thank you all so much for joining us. If you're here on Zoom, stick around for a couple minutes, but we're going to end our live broadcast here. So thanks so much, everybody. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We can't wait to see what you make on social media. On Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you can tag @BirdBrainTech or #HummingbirdKit, or you can even tag me. If you have any questions, be sure to email us, info@birdbraintechnologies.com. We can answer questions about purchasing, about learning, about teaching, and about professional development. If you haven't been there yet, be sure to visit our Robotics at Home page. There you can purchase a kit for yourself, learn how to use it, and even join one of our upcoming webinars. Until we see you in class, thanks for watching from everyone at BirdBrain Technologies.